We have almonds, so what's going on in the kitchen today?
We're going to make some almond croissants today. I first discovered almond croissants at Tartine Bakery in San Francisco, but they're like $4.50 each. They have them in Vancouver now, but they are still very expensive, and I enjoy almond croissants so much that I can't go out and have an almond croissant all the time. But what I've decided to do is buy Costco croissants. You get a dozen for about $6.50, and recreate an almond croissant from croissants that are already made. So first we're going to ground the almonds. I have half a cup of sliced almonds here. You can use whole almonds, you can use blanched almonds. I'm going to use my hand blender because I'm just doing a very small amount. You can also use a food processor, but I didn't want to bring out a whole machine to just do a little bit. So I'm just going to pour this in and we're just going to blitz it. There. You can see that it does a pretty good job on its own, and it doesn't need to be super fine. So I have a quarter cup of butter at room temperature, and I've added a quarter cup of sugar, and we're going to beat this at medium to high speed for 2 minutes. So now the butter and sugar has been beating for 2 minutes and is light and fluffy. I'm just going to scrape down the bowl, and I'm going to add an egg, and we're going to beat that in. Next, I'm going to add in the ground almond and a quarter cup of flour, and we're just going to mix until it's combined. I'm going to scrape the sides, and I'm going to add some almond extract to add some more almond flavor. And you want about a quarter teaspoon to half a teaspoon. I'm just going to eyeball it. Okay, so as you can see, it's very light and fluffy now compared to when we first started. And this will be the part that goes inside your croissant and a little bit on top as well. So you want to use a serrated knife to cut the croissants, and you also want to be mindful of which tops go with which croissants. So I generally like to cut all my croissants first, so that I'm doing everything sort of like an assembly line. You want to cut the top right off. So I have about 9 croissants here. With this pastry cream recipe, you can do about 8 to 9. You can just spread a little bit into each one, keeping in mind that you will need a little bit to go on top because you're going to be sprinkling sliced almonds on top. So I would say probably about a tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half per filling. So we just want a little bit that will, so we can adhere some almonds on top. It's probably about a teaspoon or so per croissant. So I have about a cup of sliced almonds that I'm going to sprinkle on top. I just want to press them down slightly so that they stay on. Now we're going to put them in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and we're going to bake them for about 20 to 25 minutes until the almonds on top are a little bit toasted and brown. So I've let the almond croissants cool down for about 20 minutes, and now just to garnish with some icing sugar to make it look like You actually bought them in a store or a bakery. Almond croissants at a fraction of the cost. Each one is less than $1, and you can enjoy so many more for $4.50.